In September 1429, the people of Malta looked out from their walls and saw an invading army so large it defied reason. But according to the local lore, as the enemy charged the gates, blinding apparitions materialized on the ramparts to fight back. Maltese folklore identifies these figures as St. Paul, St. George, and Saint Agatha. Local stories describe them physically appearing alongside the mortal militia, using their holy weapons to repel the invaders. This divine battle was said to take place here, at the island's capital of Mdina. It was a heavily fortified settlement set on a high plateau, guarded by thick limestone walls. For hundreds of years, this story of miracles and saints has stood as the accepted memory of the siege, a triumph of faith, where a tiny Christian garrison successfully held off a massive Muslim army. To understand what actually happened, we have to look at the Mediterranean in the 1420s. Malta was a small, heavily exposed outpost belonging to the Crown of Aragon, sitting directly above the powerful Islamic states of North Africa. Tensions in this narrow corridor were already boiling over. Just 5 years earlier, a brutal North African raid swept through Malta's farmland, devastating the local agriculture and capturing the island's own bishop. The legend of divine intervention provides a story of a clean, miraculous victory. However, contemporary records describe a struggle that threatened the island's very ability to survive. The invasion was ordered by the Hafsid ruler Abu Faris Abd al-Aziz II. In September of 1429, he launched a massive fleet toward the Kingdom of Sicily. The armada first struck the western coast of Sicily, capturing the town of Mazara. Then, the ships pivoted south, aiming directly for Malta. The Hafsids brought an enormous force. The fleet consisted of dozens of galleys, carrying an estimated 15,000 to 18,000 soldiers. This chart shows the sheer scale of the threat. The left bar represents the 18,000 Hafsid troops. The right represents Malta's entire population, between 10,000 and 24,000 combined. Isolating just adult men, the invading army was twice the size of Malta's male population. Breaching a wall was merely a tactical step. The Hafsids brought enough manpower to systematically sweep the island and consume its inhabitants. We know how the initial clashes play out thanks to the contemporary Arab chronicler, al-Makrizi. His records document the tactical reality of the skirmishes outside Medina. Al-Makrizi notes that 50 of the city's eminent men were killed in the fighting, likely a mix of the Aragonese garrison and the local civilian militia known as the Daima. The Christian forces suffered a massive psychological blow when their leader was captured on the field, bound in chains, and shipped overseas as a prize. Medina itself held its gates shut. Right outside those walls sat the undefended suburb of Rabat. The invaders sacked it, destroying buildings and trapping the ordinary citizens who hadn't made it inside the fortress. While the stone walls of the capital survived the onslaught, the human defenses operating outside of them were systematically dismantled. By early October, the Hafsid fleet withdrew from Malta. In a strange twist of history, both sides immediately claimed victory. European Christian sources recorded it as a win because their capital city didn't fall, but Muslim sources also claimed victory because capturing land was never their only objective. They came for human plunder. This map reveals the siege's true cost. The Hafsids took up to 4,500 Maltese citizens into slavery. These captives represented a massive percentage of the island. The population vanished practically overnight, leaving an inescapable demographic crater. The workforce was so decimated that the Crown of Aragon had to actively import residents from nearby Sicily just to keep the island functioning. That single migration directly changed Malta's cultural and genetic demographics. Over the following centuries, as the island was repopulated, the historical record of these losses began to shift. The details of the raid were increasingly replaced by the narratives of the warrior saints appearing on the walls of Mdina. This transformation of a devastating raid into a miraculous defense provided a framework for the survivors to anchor their history. This story of divine purpose helped forge the enduring religious and cultural identity that Malta carries to this day.